All right, I did not put up any notice for this. So let's wait a little bit for people to join. My hair. All right, the only part I know how to edit is the beginning, so this should be fine. Look like a poodle. That's okay. I look particularly green. That's also okay. All right, I'm trying to move our light. Get down more. Wait, does it? I can't tell. Does it go down? No. Open this up. Oh, okay. All right, that seems better. So how do we do it? This is how we do it in here. Okay. One day I'll get this figured out. Not really that hard, but okay. It's a bit good. Okay. Tilt this with this. Is that good? Oh no, it looks fine to me. This is how we do it. Boop, boop, doo, tappa. All right, so you're backwards. This is the front. All right. I should have put some notice up for this, and that's okay that I didn't. Because that's the way it goes sometimes. It's the way it goes. All right, so I'm going to smooth this a little bit. Move this. Oh, there we go. That's much better. All right. Look at my hair for a little bit. Look at that. I don't know, man. Don't know. Look at all that. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. If anyone can hear me, this is what we're doing. We're going over this guy, made a long time ago, and his new friend that I just made. Someone's here. Hello. I don't know who you are. Thank you for joining me. Look, I finished the little bear. Am I ever going to put a face on her? I don't know. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Who knows? Do whatever you want it to be. Super Get Skin 13. Hey, how you doing? Don't know how to pronounce that. So this is one project that I finished. Yay. And this is part of my little amigurumi family. Oh, there's people here. Yay. Thank you. So look, I finished the girl. So now they have friends. He has a friend that's the same size as him. And then I also finished my stretchy wrist thing. And look, I'm wearing one of my sweaters. Okay. Oops, I turned the camera that said don't do that. Anyway, I live in Phoenix. It is very hot. And I don't want to freeze my air conditioning. So I don't usually wear, let me put this out more. Oh, so big. Anyways, oops, oh, you don't want to see that close to my face. Anyway, I'm wearing one of my sweaters. Since I see other crochet artists wearing theirs, but I'm not going to wear it for too long. Well, hello, yeah, you like the purple one? The purple one is pretty old, and I put them on a little string because I used to let, I think it was 4th grade, I was substitute teaching, and I would let the kids play with it, and this would give them a little string to move around. Otherwise, sometimes they would like pull the little arms off or choke them. Anyway, this is fun. He's very bright purple, isn't he? He's not the same purple as this. This is it's hard to see in this light. One day I'll get the lighting fixed. Anyway, and then the third thing I did is I actually cleaned and organized this closet in the front. Don't look if you, okay, wait a minute. How do I do that? There you go, look. Very nice, right? Look, I have my crochet stuff all organized. Yeah, the purple's nice, right? Here, I'll show you another little purple thing. What is this? It's a little pig eraser, purple pig. Anyways, I did my closet, so I could still get my vacuum cleaner in there. There's my jacket I wear when I'm riding my bike. I have my little cat carriers, an empty container. Excellent. My helmet is up there, and wait, how do I use this? And then you can kind of see my backup batteries for my bike because I ride a pedal assist bike here in Phoenix. And we have a lot of bike trails that are on the actual, that are on the streets. And they changed the law right around 19, I think. They changed the law that you could have a motor on your bike. So the bike I have is, if you turn the motor off, it's a 6-speed. And if you turn the motor on, that's a pedal assist. I always have the pedal assist on because I'm not in any good shape. Anyway, so here's the back of the sweater. And this is a teaching sweater. It's the first one that I made. And I didn't write the pattern down. I just know that I have to do something different whenever the color changes. So this is a nice bright color, but it's still like a fall palette, which is weird because in Phoenix it's like it's always summertime. And it takes a while after living here to notice the change of the seasons. Usually it's like when the swallows are blooming, it's fall. I don't know. I'm from Ohio, so I'm used to it being different. All right, anyway, so here's a little bear. I'm just popping this stuff up for a little bit as people join. I'm very proud of myself for finishing this since I have a large extra dose helping of ADHD, and I usually get very distracted while I'm doing something, and then I don't finish it. So not only did I finish doing that closet, I put the stuff that I took out of that closet. You didn't see that before. It wasn't that bad because it just moved. But I actually put that stuff away properly somewhere else. So this is the pattern, and I had to adjust it, as you could tell from the scribbles. And I'm just going to photocopy this and just attach it. No, I'm not. I'll make this neat. And I'm opening up a, I don't know which one I'm going to do. Buy me a cup of coffee, something where you can, give me 50 cents or $1 million. $1 million would be cool. That one, call me you. Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome here. And I'll put this in the coffee shops, whatever it's going to be. I don't know. So that if you do a donation, and any donation is appreciated, please make my dream of never leaving my house again come true. Please. I would like to be a shut-in and just be in my house. Hello, hello. I don't know how long it takes for when you watching enter something on the screen and how long it takes me to see it. So, yeah. Okay. And I don't have a moderator, so I don't have anyone who's going to type in any responses. It's just going to be me verbally. Anyway, so I'll work on that. And then I have this, and I wish I would have used, this is not Karen yarn. This is still a pretty soft thing. And this is what I would use even now, just to stick. Okay, this is my new favorite hook, and I can't get it to go through because it's too fat up here. But this is what I would use, excuse me, so that I'm not losing my stuff when I'm sitting on the couch. Goes through the cushions even, So thanks for being here, everybody. I see more people. Thank you, thank you. So here's a little pink bear. I would say this took me 2 hours to make. So I know a lot of people want to make things and sell them for a profit, but you really should be at least charging $20 an hour for your work, minimum. So would you as a consumer, pay $40 for this? I don't know. I don't think I would. That's an awful lot of money for one of these little things. It's not that fancy. If I put another hour of work in, I can put a face on, like with a bear. And I can make like a little dress and maybe give one of these little erasers with it, but that's still more time consuming. So I would say if you're making these kind of things, it's even more so with, I think, all of crochet, for this size. And when I say size, I mean the size hook. When you're working with the small hooks, it's best to make it as a gift. How lovely to get a gift that somebody made for you personally. And when I make things and I know it's going to be for somebody, I try and think about the person as I'm making it. For those of you that are religious, that's a way to bless your product. For those of you who are not religious, that is a way for you to just be mindful of why you're creating something. I'm going to take this off now because I should have made this with even a softer yarn. I have extremely sensitive skin. So I know I had students ask me, why do I always wear the same thing? I'm like, oh God, if I can find something I can wear that's soft, that doesn't aggravate my fibromyalgia in my triceps. I made a little face too because there's a cat behind me. What are you doing back there? What are you doing? Just being very suspicious. Just gonna lie down right on two things that I want to work on. And okay, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Yes, I have made things for the cats and they will not wear them. I've made 2 hats for the cats. I have a video on it. They are not amused wearing things. Some cats are pretty cool and you can make them little collars and stuff. No, can't do it. All right, anyway, this was my first attempt at free crochet. I'm sorry to cover up my face. Don't leave, I'm still here. And free crochet is, my interpretation of it is where you just change patterns as you're going along, or the stitch pattern. So on the bottom I call it anti-granny square. And then I call these little tornado twisties. This is easy to do. This is easy to do. This is not as easy only because it's a 2-row repeat and you have to really kind of concentrate when you're doing it. And then I have these bobbles. So it's textured. Look how cool that is. So you can play with it. And then I have a regular granny square. Then I have this, which is it sticks up. And this I just was making up as I was going along. And then I just repeated the same thing, but I didn't count properly. And look how I lost see how it went down? Because I wasn't counting properly. And that's why you'll find a lot of patterns that are called mindless, no think, mile a minute. Those are the kind that you could totally not think about and everything will be fine. This was not one of those blankets. There's some in the light green. And this was a blanket I was making for my lovely son-in-law. And I got mad at it. And then I ended up making him a blanket that's like this. It's exactly like this, except it has the green in it from here. This is blue. Oh, today it looks blue. Sometimes it looks green. So it's exactly like this. But I made it smaller because I talk so much. I had to take off a couple of years because, believe it or not, as you get older, you can hurt yourself doing silly things like sleeping wrong. So I had hurt myself because I had a habit of sleeping with my hands under my head like this, and that messed up my wrists. Or how you're laying, put your hands between your knees. I don't know if you do that. And then I was crocheting a lot. And then I got hit by a car on my bicycle. And I broke my shoulder and my elbow. And so I stopped crocheting for a couple of years. So then when I picked this project up again, I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna be able to finish it. So I made him a different blanket and it was not anywhere near as big. And the stripes, this is the way it's supposed to lay on your couch or your bed. But his with the stripes were going up and down. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to weave the ends in on this. And I'm going to I'm going to justify this. Meaning I'm going to correct this drop here when I put a border on it. And it's going to be really obvious. And I don't care. If people don't like it, they don't like it. If there's mistakes in crochet, I like to think that that's how people know it was handmade. And really, it's hard to tell a mistake in crochet unless you're really, really looking at it. And then if you look at this sweater that I made, and this is a basic pattern, you'll see this everywhere. Not everywhere. You'll see a lot of videos on this. It's just you make a hexagon, and then, which is a 6-sided granny square. And then I didn't want it to be as thick, so I did, instead of 3 stitches, I did, can you see it? It's hard to see. I put a stitch in between, so it's a cluster, or not a cluster, it's a V stitch. Anyway, it's, instead of a square, it's a rectangle, and you fold it, and you get this shape right here. And you make 2 of them, and you stitch it together. So when I made it, I added the sleeves on it because it does get cold here in Phoenix. But with the wind blows, oh man, when it goes through these little holes, very cold. And I purposely, I'm trying to find an example, I purposely left some strands here so that people who don't know would say, oh, did you make that? Did your grandma make it? And I would say, yeah, I made it. Because crochet cannot be done on a machine. So this sweater has been washed a lot. So it's held up really well. And it's reversible. I made it so that you could put it on, well, you know what reversible means. And when I stitched it in the back, I did a really good job stitching it. I think a really good job stitching it in the back. Where the heck is this? The only problem when you make something like this that has this kind of pattern, see, it's right here. So I think I stitched it together really well. So it's a mirror image. But when you stitch something, when you make something like this, the only kind of problem when you're wearing it is that if it's crooked, then the pattern is going to be off because this is very much a line going down your back. So I would always make sure when I put it on, I would, take the middle and yank it down so it looked right. Because then sometimes you have mean people that are like, oh, it's uneven. And you're like, it's not uneven. I measured it 15 times. All right, so that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on this. Just finishing the edges. I don't even know if I'm going to put a border on it. And then my colors for my living room are blue, and then this green. Oh, that's my face. This, I don't know if you can even see it. It's a jewel green, and it matches the cushions on my couch. So I will probably just use this on the back of my couch over here. And see how this puckers? It's because I didn't take something into account. And since this was going to be a gift for somebody, I didn't want to give them something that was not, going to look good. For me, this is fine. So it's pretty big. And now I've just activated my cat. She's attacking little strands. Meow, meow, meow. Okay. Then this is the other one. Go slow. I don't want to get bit. She doesn't bite. She scratches a little bit. Anyway, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a minute to say thank you, everyone, for being here. One of my main reasons for having this channel, there are a few main reasons. One of them, though, is to help me finish up some of these projects that I haven't been able to do because of having a broken arm and whatever. And I was really sick this last year. I'll talk about that at a different time. And so it's really helpful that I know I'm going to do a video and that people are going to want to see that I finished the little bear, I'm assuming, and this. So it helps me to just finish one project, because even when I was making this, I wanted to alter the pattern. And I said, no, do it the pattern like we did it in the video. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So this is another project that I want to finish. And this is this beautiful yarn. I can't remember what it's called. I have to look. I didn't put the extra by me. But anyway, I made this, and sometimes I don't measure properly because I am bigger than I used to be. And sometimes it is difficult to accept when you have changed sizes. And that is just part of being an older woman. So this is just a tank, was going to be a tank top, but it ends too short. It ends right at my belly button. So I'm going to actually, I have to change the way I'm going to make this pattern, okay, because the yarn is variegated and it is almost impossible to line the yarn up where this row ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these straps off. Maybe not, I don't know, but I'm going to make it so that I have a vertical. I know I said this already in another video, but that's fine. So I'm going to have lines going this way. And even though it's not going to necessarily match, it's not going to be visually disturbing to look at, where it would be if I just started, if I put another thing going across, it would be visually, at least to me, annoying to look at. So this is, as an acrylic yarn, it's very light weight, but it's still going to be warm. So when I make any money from YouTube through monetization, which I'm not close to, I know you have to have 500 subscribers. They changed it from 1,000 and 3,000 watch hours. I only have like 42, I think. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to buy is Mercer-sized yarn, cotton yarn. Cotton, or I might do something with my wool. Wool, cotton, bamboo flax, all those are natural fibers and they're naturally cool. And I haven't really worked with any of those fibers yet. I've worked only with man-made fibers, which are naturally warm. So, I'm not allowed to buy any yarn because I have so much yarn and I have spent so much money on crocheting already that I told myself I have to wait until I get monetized and make some money from my YouTube channel before I can buy any yarn. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully when I log off, 200 and some people would have joined. Just joking. Anyway, so I'm going to finish this one because I think this is going to come out really pretty. And this yarn is not, look how gorgeous it is. Is not discontinued. And because it's acrylic, you don't have to worry about dye lots. If you work with man-made fibers or specialty fibers, this is just a fiber that you can buy at the store. It's not, it's not, it would be considered not cheap yarn. It would be like an okay yarn. I think it's fantastic though. But you can buy, hand spun, like here's my sheep and I sheared them and I spun it. So now it's, dyed and all that. And those are your specialty yarns that you do have to buy enough at the beginning of your project so that if you run out, you have a yarn and the colors will match. So there you go. So the Mercer-sized yarn, cotton yarn, is a chemical reaction that they do to the yarn to make it hold the dye better. And it makes it soft because cotton is really, it is not easy to, for me to crochet with. It has, it's not slippery. It's very, I can't work with it. I've tried. Some people swear by it, but not me. All right, I'm going to put this over here and hope that I don't get a little scratch. Okay. All right, so someone could put a question if you want. You could put one word in the comments. And I can talk about pretty much anything that you put in there. That's a challenge for anyone who's watching. It has to be a word in English. Don't trick me. Okay, I'm going to hold up a little bear. A little bear. And the rabbit. The rabbit. Anyway, so, okay. So what was I going to do? I was going to work on this. Let me see if I can get this back from the kitty. Okay, I was successful. So I am looking for, use this tapestry needle, and the row is, I just dropped one, but I have, ta-da, another one. I could just cut this. It's got a knot on the end. I could just kind of cut it here and leave the fringe on, but I'm not going to do that. But if it's your own personal use, that's just up to you. If you want to do it like that. So, let's see, what is going on? Today is, I can't even believe that today is July 6th. I'm trying to teach myself not to say July, because that sounds, it's my little Ohio accent. Anyway, school starts in, I don't know. Sorry. I'm a substitute teacher here in Phoenix, and I do not work in the summertime because, one, it's too hot. Two, Phoenix is not a destination, a summer destination, because it's hot like the center of the sun here. So it's not like business picks up like it does at Christmas time. And even at Christmas time, I don't even think there's places that even hire, what am I trying to say? I'm thinking of restaurants that usually take on extra help. So anyway, I usually take off the whole summer. And my fantasy was that I would get monetized before before school started, but that's not going to happen. And then my real plan was to semi-retire. That's my name. Thank you I see another thumbs up. Thank you so much. It makes me feel very happy. Look at my thumbs up. I was going to just go down to 2 or 3 days a week substituting and collect my widow benefits, and then just have to supplement that. And then I really found out that the federal government does not prorate. And what does that have to do with anything? I'm going to explain it real quick unless a whole bunch of people leave. And so far, nobody's left. 3 people left. No one wants to hear about old people trying to get money. One day you'll be old. Today's young people, I just saw this on some medical things, that children born now can expect to live, like 75% of them can expect to live to be 100. So you really got to plan your future. You don't drop dead anymore when you're 40. Anyway, in order to get widow benefits, you have to have been married for a year. Your spouses had to have died, or your ex-spouse. And you have to be single, and you have to have turned 60. So I have met all of these, and I thought, well, what I'll do is I will wait until my contract is over, which was last day of June, second last day, whatever. And then I'll start collecting in July. And then there is a cap as to how much you can make when you are retiring before when you're retiring early. Usually you have to wait till you're 64, but there's a special thing for widows and widowers. And that means you can only make $22,230 a year. So I thought the government would say, okay, you started in July, so that means you can't make more than $11,000, whatever. No, they're going to count what I made in the spring. So now I can't do it at all. I've already met the cap because we received a really generous stipend in our public school district that I work in. Like a lot of, I don't know how much in Arizona that was, but it was very nice, but it really put me over the limit. So now I can't go down and collect Social. If I collected the Social Security now, then I lose like 70% of it next year. And they do it for the whole calendar year, or they just like hold a whole bunch of your checks. That throws my whole budget off. So anyway, so now instead of working 2 or 3 days a week, now I'm going to be working 5 days a week, and I have a lot of medical problems that it's like you look at me and you're like, well, you look fine, you look great. No, I'm not. I have chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, congestive heart failure. Sounds scarier than it is right now. Asthma, esophageal spasms. What? My esophagus spasms. I didn't even know we could do that. I have ADHD, which, if you're my age, which is I am 60, like I said, you most likely were not diagnosed as a child. You were just called a spaz, or you had a lot of energy. It gets worse as you get older. So I know that when I'm interacting with people, and I have depression and anxiety. So all those combinations together makes it really hard for me to be with a whole bunch of different people, which is what substitute teaching is, or teaching in general. And so that's getting worse. So I was really looking forward to just going down to part-time because up. Okay, sorry. That's my notice to take my supplements, which I keep forgetting to change the time. Anyway, so now I'm afraid, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with my YouTube when school starts, because my usual routine is get up at 6 o'clock. Oh, plus I have a gastric disorder too. Gross. And I have edema, so I have to wear support hose. So it's 125 degrees out, and I've got to wear tights so my legs don't swell up. Anyway, what am I complaining about? Oh, school's going to start, so I don't know what's going to happen with my channel, because my usual thing is I get up at 6 o'clock, I go to school, come home. It's not even a full work day. It's an 8-hour day with an hour and a half break inside of it. Fantastic. Being a substitute teacher is so much easier than being a classroom teacher, which is why I'm not a classroom teacher. Classroom teachers spend so much time at school, doing stuff for school. I can't even, I tried it, I can't even keep up with it. So then I ride my bike home, and my favorite school that I'm at for this year is 45 minutes on my bike. Now my bike has a motor on it, so it is not too exhausting. It's not even aerobic, but it is still physical activity. Then I would come home, eat, take a shower, go to sleep, 5 o'clock, and get up 13 hours later. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping that it's I'm going to be able to keep up with the YouTube in the fall. So, oh no, I lost a whole bunch of people with my sadness. So what I'm thinking of doing, though, is taking just making extra videos now and uploading them in the fall. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you for being here. And if you like this this video is sponsored by my cats. I have 3 of them. My cats would like you to please buy for your cats some kind of licky treat. They swear by them. They would like to eat them 5 times a day because they are delicious. Okay, I don't know. That was a bad commercial. Was that a bad commercial? I think it was. Anyway, forgot what I was saying because I talk so much. Oh, okay. Oh, I was thinking that I'll just upload make videos in advance and just load them periodically. I really do like doing the live streams. It's nice. So, yep. So anyway, so if you like this kind of content, or you can watch me working on projects, helping motivate me to finish things, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. My cats would appreciate it. My cats eat better than I do. Anyway. And do we have any more? We don't have any more comments. Someone put something in the comment, please. Just type one word in, any word, and it'll give me something to talk about. Okay. Or I might go off on something. Okay. I'm either going to talk about Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Did not like the first episode. Thought it was taking too long, and now it's getting better. So that's good. And probably when I'm done with today's video, I'm going to watch some videos on that. And yes, okay. Okay, see, I'm already bored doing this. I do not want to weave these ends in. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to just double knot these, and I'm just going to leave them on. And I think I'm going to I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think maybe I won't even do anything with it. I don't know. I don't know. So, okay, let's cut this one off. Thank you for joining. I see some more people are here. So I'm very excited. And if you've been here for a while, sometimes my daughter listens the whole time because she works from home. I finished the bear. I finished the pattern. I will obviously write this up neater, and I will eventually have this somewhere. I don't know. Either on Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, different website, or even Etsy. I closed my Etsy store. I should have shuttered it or whatever. Anyway, so I finished her, and now they have friends. And then I finished my little cuff to hold my stuff. And this is the same cuff that you would use at the end of a sweater. And then I cleaned out my closet. Can I show that right? Wait, like that. And the closet wasn't terribly messy, but that is where that's like my small space craft studio. Did I say that all right? Bugsy Bird, your whip looks similar to the one I made a few years ago. Different colors though, I think. Work in progress. Is that work in progress? Thank you. Yeah. This one? It's so soft too. It's not as soft as it's gonna be. It gets washed a few times. And that's the cool thing with this Karen yarn. It does pill. I don't know why they say pill. That just seems like a weird word. You do get the fuzzies on it, but it is meant to be put in the dryer, which is good if you've ever had bed bugs, like I have, unfortunately. And everything has to go in the dryer. It just gets softer. So, and then I won a few years ago, different colors. So, oh, very nice. Thank you. I appreciate your comment. Oh, buy one large special 2-piece. Okay, don't look at that right now. You're on the video. Here's another one that I made. Oh, that's my light. There it is. Oops, there it is. That is just made with all the scraps of colors that I used in different blankets. And that is covering up my TV right now. So, okay. And, all right. Anyway, yeah, so this blanket, it's, I didn't count for a couple of the rows, and I lost the side. It dips in a little bit, and then I got mad at it. And then I stopped working on it. So yeah, so this I'm going to weave in, but now I don't feel like doing it. So I'm going to fold this up. And I'm not going to worry too much about this because this is about 4 years old. So that's okay. And I think what I'm going to do is, oh, all right, I got it away from the cat. Oh, it's all nice and warm because the kitty cat was sleeping on it. Meow, meow, meow. I'm going to just cut these up. This is this cheap yarn that I bought. And I say cheap because it was at the dollar store. And the dollar store, that is actual products that are $1 and not the kind of dollar store that is a discontinued store like Tuesday morning, because they only open on Tuesday mornings like once a month for a week or something like that. So this is really inexpensive yarn, and it is just, it's very thick, but it's not soft enough. Anyway, I'm going to use this instead of polyfill. I usually use the same color yarn. Keep dropping stuff on the floor. I like the, oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, that took so long. That took so long. I'm going to show you something. You can't see it. I'm going to get up. I'm going to come right back. Oh, ouch. Ow, my back. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm back. So that pattern, I did it with a half double crochet, and I'm using American terms. If you're using British terms, it would be a double crochet. It was supposed to have a double crochet, and I thought it would, look how big this is. But I thought it was too holy. It was too open. And so I went down to a half double, and then I have made a chevron like that in a moss stitch with single crochet. very, very stretchy. And it was like something like this. This is when I was in my chevron phase. I was just teaching myself different techniques. So this is a single crochet, and it goes really fast because you're not entering your hook into to the top of the stitch, but into a hole, like with the granny. Oh, thank you. So again, this was supposed to be, I don't know what, I honestly, I don't even remember what I was going to make with this. I think I was just practicing, and it's not all woven in. I just cheated and put it on the other side. I was going to make this a sweater like this, because really you can make anyone who crochets who can make a rectangle can make a top, because top is just a rectangle that you sew together. So I used to be a little bit smaller, and I was going to make this into a top, and then I think I got bored or got excited about doing something else, because for me the fun of crocheting is learning something new and then doing it like 50 times. So that's why I have like a bunch of these amigurumis. Yes, I do. Look, it's right here. And there's a lot of new patterns that uses the really big yarn. Hi. Oh, I recognize that little thing. Hey, John, how's it going? I just saw you. I am doing well today. I hope you are doing well. So, look, I finished something, boy. So I think I'm going to, well, I tried to make this with a thicker yarn and a much bigger hook, which is sort of, oh, thanks. See, it's a same one as this. I made it, it's almost exact, because I don't know where this pattern is. And this is like a basic pattern. It's not, can you make stitch? Oh, stitch the creature from the movie? I could, but will I? No. That's going to take too much time for me to do, and I think, unless I make a really big one, I think it's going to really hurt my hands. Like Spider-Man really hurt my hands. There's Spider-Man, which is why I keep getting mad at him and not finishing him. I have a request from someone to make a stitch hat for their cat. And the one that I'm looking at, I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't think I can do it. So even this is made, this is a 4, and this was made with a 3.25, and this was really hard on my fingers. So, and so far I just have this little arm done. So I have to do his other arm. Fix his head so it doesn't wobble so much. I don't know. So yeah, the stuffed animals, now there's the real thick yarn, and the problem with those, I think, I have to investigate it some more, is that I don't think they're washable. So when I make things, I like to think it's for a child and that they're going to play with this and it's going to get all gross and they're going to want to wash it. This has been washed a lot. But I think when you're using like velvet or the Chanel yarns that are the real thick, super chunky yarns that you buy like a ball and it's like this big, but it's really thick, so it's not very long. It takes up a lot of space though. Those are a lot of no sew patterns. Like this is sew patterns, and this is sewn out with yarn. And I could have used thread and needle. That would have been even harder for my fingers, which makes me sad because I have longevity in my family. I can expect to live another 30 years, easy, to 90. We have people, almost everyone in my family has lived to almost 90, and everyone's smoked. So I don't smoke. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, so I have a whole bunch of these that are just, they're not sewn together because I just wanted to memorize the stitch. And then I used to be able to do these without even thinking, but I forgot how to do that. So anyway, I would suggest if anyone is new to doing amigurumi, do not pick something complicated. Pick something like this. Pick something that's nice and easy. You don't even have to put a face on it. If you want, you can. And it's pretty easy to make a face. I mean, I can There's some techniques, well, the safety plastic eyes, that's the best way to go. Because you just put them on, the eyes are done, and you just have to make sure you don't do what I did with my safety eyes, which was push it on too tight. But, yeah, so that's, anyway, I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Anyway, so I'm going to cut this up for some, because I would really like to make a white bunny from this, what's it called? It's called Pipsqueak yarn. And I tried crocheting with it. It took me about a minute to give up because it's like fuzzy, and I couldn't even see where the stitches were. So I watched another crocheter, and I wish I could remember their name, and they said that it took them a while too, but they were able to figure it out. And they know how to properly edit their videos so that there's cuts in the videos so that they showed you when she first started, and then they showed in the middle, and then they showed when she was done. I don't know how to do that yet, which is why I do a lot of live streaming, because I don't have to edit these. So, but maybe I will. So, oh, we're already on 47 minutes. The time goes by so fast. So I really appreciate everyone here. Thank you to everybody who's liked and subscribed. My dream is to turn this love of crochet, and I love teaching. Teaching is very challenging when you're teaching students who are not interested in your subject. And the littles, I would say up to 4th grade, the kids usually pretty much like everything, which is nice, but they're little kids. So each grade is challenging in its own respect. So kindergarten, oh my gosh, the kids have never been to school. They don't know how to be in a group. They don't know how to open up little cartons of milk. It's very, very challenging. Anyway, so I love crocheting and I love teaching, and I would love to have a live stream where people are crocheting along with me, like a book club, like we're making the same thing. And I guess I'm just gonna have to wait until I get, more subscribers for that. And that's fine too. Better scissors? No. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. So, yeah. So that's makes just regular public school teaching difficult, because a lot of times kids are not super amused with what you're teaching. Where are my scissors at? The cat might be sitting on them. Anyway, all right, well, we'll just go the slow way. So, yep. And there are some, I was going to say, I was just on Etsy because I was thinking of opening my Etsy store up and just listing some of the things that I'm making online for sale, because I've had 2 people ask if I sell what I make. And I would be very happy to sell what I make, but I can't open up a store where I'm making products over and over again because my hands can't handle it. And I completely forgot what I was saying. I know I was talking about something about selling my products. So anyway. All right. Anyway, so I'm cutting this up. I'm cutting this up so that I can have stuffing for this white bunny that I want to make, that I bought this yarn for when it was on sale. And that'll be a challenge for me to do. So, yep. And just know that if you are a YouTuber, if you have a channel and you post videos and you subscribe to me, I will eventually subscribe to you. In the past, like, I don't know how long ago, 10 years, 15 years, there used to be this thing where people like, subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you, and then you can get your followers. And then YouTube is like, we don't like that. So I will follow you, but I will do it somewhat organically, right? I will click on in like a week after, I will click on your channel and I'll watch a couple of your videos, and then I'll subscribe. And try not to be too jealous of those creators who are able to do knitting and needlepoint and all kinds of stuff that I can't do. I could do some needlepoint. I'm not very good at it. I haven't done it for a really long time, except for what I do on the amigurumi. So anyway, today I'm probably going to do another live stream at 6 o'clock, which is what I did yesterday. And I had quite a few people from different time zones stop in for a visit. So I consider this like you visiting me. But I don't have to serve you any food or drink. So, okay. So I'm probably going to go off of here in a couple of minutes, as soon as I get done snipping this. And then I will plan on what I'm going to do for my 6 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. Hello, person who just came in. So again, I have this channel to help me finish these projects and to stay somewhat motivated. I have a sense of duty so that I feel like, if people are going to check in on me during the day, if you're going to pop in for a visit here, I need to have stuff done that I said I was going to have done. And it is, motivating me to stay on task. So I'm going to leave out Spider-Man so I can maybe continue working on him. So I'm going to put him here. So this one I worked on this morning. I finished him or her. I was going to make a lavender one. Is this going to get me monetized? I don't know. I was going to make a lavender one because red and blue make purple. And purple, I was going to make, this is a girl, this is a boy, and I was going to make the lavender for those very small percentage of people that are intersexed, right? So it's the best of both worlds, depending on what kind you are. If you don't know what that is, go ask your mom or dad. Don't ask me. Anyway, I don't have any lavender yarn. So anyway, I want to stay with the same palette. I do have lavender yarn, maybe. I don't have to look for it. Oh, it's my daughter. Okay. Anyway, and I finished that. And I also finished setting up my small space apartment crafting studio. So I don't have a whole room, and crochet, luckily, is something, crochet and knitting, you can pretty much do anywhere. Other things like sewing, like my youngest daughter is a seamstress. She needs a table, to cut out her patterns and all that. So it's very nice to be able to just put stuff in a closet, and that which can count as my space. So now this, I was thinking, this was like a swatch for a pattern for my, I'm gonna go, look, there's little containers up there, for this blanket. That original pattern or stitch is a chevron stitch with a half double crochet. Sorry, with a double crochet, which is this. But I thought it had too many holes. So I decided to make that, and I decided to use all the scrap yarn that I had, all the little bits and pieces. So I was thinking I was either going to tear this apart or make this into a scarf. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's not very cold here, so I never get to wear too much of my crochet stuff. This would be kind of a cute little scarf, right? So, all right. Well, hey, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And maybe I'll see you guys later on at 6 o'clock. And if I'm not on at 6 o'clock, it means that changed my mind or I'm in pain. Oh, someone else is here. Hi. Hi, thank you for clicking in. I'll show you. Look, I finished the little bear. And I finished my little wrist holder to hold my supplies. Ta-da. And well, it's not really finished yet. This is my small space studio crafting closet. Something else. Okay, let's go. Somebody went. Oh, now somebody's back. Okay, So I was just getting ready to sign off, and I'm really looking in here, growing my hair out. This is my natural color, this white, and it's summertime, and I don't work. And I don't know, for older people, you young people, just enjoy your young, healthy bodies. Because once your hair gets to the stage where you run out of color in your scalp, it's very dry. I'm very fortunate that I have naturally curly hair, but it's bone dry. And look, some of the color is coming back in. Anyway, so that's why my hair is going to look kind of messed up for a while, because I'm not going to do anything with it until August 1st. I'm deciding whether or not I'm ready to go all white and gray. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here. I'll probably maybe be on at 6 o'clock also. Oh, no, now there's 3 people on. I can't leave if there's people here. All right, here, I'll give you I'm going to drink some water, though. I haven't had any water. Okay. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Help make my dream of never leaving my house again come true. Please. Thank you. At least not in the summertime. I don't even okay, nobody's here. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.